Tommy Rudyard Kipling. I went into a public house to get a pint o' beer. The publican single quotey up and say, ampersand quo. We serve no red coats here. Ampersand quo. The girls behind the bar they laughed and giggled fit to die. I outs into the street again and to myself say I, oh it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and ampersand quo. Tommy, go away and quo. But it's in quo. Thank you, Mr. Atkins and quo. When the band begins to play, the band begins to play, my boys, the band begins to play, oh it's in quo. Thank you, Mr. Atkins and quo. When the band begins to play. I went into a theater as sober as could be. They gave a drunk civilian room, but hadn't single quotey none for me. They sent me to the gallery or round the music halls, but when it comes to fightin', Lord, they'll shove me in the stalls. For it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and ampersand quo. Tommy, wait outside and quo. But it's in quo. Special train for Atkins and quo. When the trooper's on the tide, the troop ship's on the tide, my boys, the troop ship's on the tide, oh it's in quo. Special train for Atkins and quo. When the trooper's on the tide. Yes, making Mwako uniforms that guard you while you sleep is cheaper than them uniforms, and they're starvation cheap. And hustlin' drunken soldiers when they're goin' large a bit is 5 times better business than paradin' in full kit. Then it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and ampersand quo. Tommy, oh's your soul? Ampersand quo. But it's in quo. Thin red line of arrows and quo. When the drums begin to roll, the drums begin to roll, my boys, the drums begin to roll, oh it's in quo. Thin red line of arrows and quo. When the drums begin to roll. We aren't no thin red arrows, no we aren't no blackguards too, but single men in barracks, most remarkable like you. And if sometimes our conduct isn't all your fancy paints, why, single men in barracks don't grow into plaster saints. While it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and ampersand quo. Tommy, fall behind and quo. But it's in quo. Please to walk in front, sir and quo. When there's trouble in the wind, there's trouble in the wind, my boys, there's trouble in the wind, oh it's in quo. Please to walk in front, sir and quo. When there's trouble in the wind. You talk o' better food for us, and schools, and fires, and all, we'll wait for extra rations if you treat us rational. Don't mess about the cookroom slopes, but prove it to our face the widow's uniform is not the soldier man's disgrace. For it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and ampersand quo. Chuck him out, the brute. Ampersand quo. But it's in quo. Savior of his country and quo. When the guns begin to shoot. And it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and anything you please. And Tommy ain't a bloomin' fool, you bet that Tommy sees.